and she will design a workshop or presentation that fits the needs that you have today. Mrs. Cotton's presentation is entitled, Position Yourself, the Process for the Progress. She is a living testimony to withstanding the storm and knows that we as women must encourage each other. We must share how to get rid of the 3 Ds: distractions, disappointments, and depression. Please join me as we welcome Mrs. Tonnia Cotton and learn how to build connections.
Good morning, and
Good morning. Ms. Cotton, we will stop sharing so that you can share your screen for your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Just confirming you can see the presentation, please.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Again, good morning. I am truly excited about being here today. It is a great honor to be a part of the session today. And to all the beautiful ladies today, what I would like to do is just take out some time to congratulate you and speak today on a 3-part series in regards to your purpose, your priorities, more or less positivity and passion. But today I want to talk about being confident. It's so important that we are confident. And if you look at your screen and you see this little cat looking into the picture and seeing that lion, that is basically what we have to do. We have to see ourselves as small, maybe for a second, but when you look into that mirror, we want you to understand the importance of seeing this big lion picture, because we are going to talk about today the importance of having a purpose, the importance of being positive, and the importance of having a passion. So grant me this opportunity to share with you just some information. And in regards to having a purpose and being positive and having a passion, I always like to share that my team, our group, we motivate people to bridge the gap between a dream and a reality. A number of times in life, we have a dream. And as a survivor, again, I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I had to learn the importance of positioning myself. I played softball. And if you know anything about baseball, throughout my high school and college years, my coach used to share with me all the time. My maiden name is Toussaint. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana. My coach used to share with me, Toussaint, you have to get ready and get in position. If you know anything about baseball, as I said, third base on my right, second base on my left, and I'm shortstop. And he always said, when they get up to the base to hit the ball, get in position, whether you go to the left or you go to the right. Today, I want to encourage you on how to stand tall and stay in the middle and be able to move in any direction you need to know who you are. But the issue here is that a number of times we don't know who we are. So I ask you the question today, who are you? I have a daughter, my youngest daughter. She was very shy. She was very timid. And I was taking her to school every morning. I could see in the backseat from my rear view mirror, she would cry on her way going to school and saying, Mommy, do I have to go? And I made up my mind one day that I was going to share with her who she was and who she is today. And so we would go through this conversation every morning, all the way to school. And I asked this question, who are you, Taylor? And she would say, Mommy, I don't know. So I shared with her, I said, 1, my belief, you are a child of God. 2, you are a Cotton. I wanted her to know that she was somebody. In order for you to have a purpose and be positive and be passionate, you got to know who you are. I'm a survivor. And so in being a survivor, I asked you to take a few minutes with me and let's talk about your purpose. You have to ask yourself, who am I? Take off the hair, the makeup, the eyelashes, the fingernails, whatever you wear. Take all those things off. Even the mask of fronting as though you're one person and maybe someone else. Even the mask of being in denial. But ask yourself the question, who am I? Get in position. Know what your passion is. You have to know what your passion. My passion, after surviving domestic violence for 6 years, almost losing my eyesight, losing my pride, losing my joy, was to understand that my passion was to go out and encourage women to know who you are. As educators, as administrators, you are great. You are changing lives. I remember my first grade teacher, literally, Miss Shelton, from Kaufman Elementary, Lake Charles, Louisiana. She wore pantsuits every day, had a nice size length of a heel. But what I love about her the most is her love and her awesome way of reaching me and helping me to understand who I was. Till today, I love pantsuits. I'd gone home probably about 2 months ago, and I saw her in a restaurant, and I shared with her my family. I was sharing about what I saw the most and remembered from her, and she laughed. Well, her passion was to let us see in that school, through all those people that didn't look like us, there was only 2 teachers that did look like us, and she wanted us to see the professionalism. And then I have to ask you, how are you going to get there? If you have a passion and you know who you are, what's the bridge that you're traveling on to get there? And do not let anyone stop you from going where you want to go. That's the importance of knowing who you are, knowing your purpose, and living a positive life. That means sharing with others some great things here. You have to encourage other people. You have to assess yourself. Hopefully you had a chance to look at the Wheel of Life. If you did look at that Wheel of Life, and I won't have time to go through that today, but take some time, that attachment that we sent out, and chart out where you are. Chart out what's positive in your life. Chart out the things that are maybe a little bit weak, where you need to grow. We want you to be in a position where not only can you get in position and know who you are, but you can get ready for that ball to go left, right, high, low, but also you can be positive through it. Even when the hard ball comes, you may miss it for a moment, the ball is coming back. The question is, are you ready? So to get ready, you have to do a couple things. I am a true believer all through that domestic situation I went through for 6 years, not knowing who I was. I realized there was some things standing in my way, the 3 Ds. I had distractions. The distraction was I allowed someone to get in my head and share some things with me that's not true. It is great to have education, degrees, and all those great things that we have. But distractions come. Distractions are doubts. We start doubting ourselves. We start forgetting who we are. We start forgetting what our purpose is in life. And then we may not even know our purpose in life. Distractions can be ourselves. And a lot of times, the biggest distraction in life is us. Then there's disappointments. Disappointments that maybe you're not where you want to be in life. Disappointments where you may have applied for something of a promotion and that didn't happen. Disappointments in your household. Disappointments all around you. Last year, 2020, disappointments all through COVID. That comes with some depression sometimes. But I have some news for you today. Those distractions, the distractions are created by unconscious thoughts. We co-sign on things that are not always true. We allow TV, social media, all those things, even our education sometimes, to stop us from being all that we can be. Distraction is also life, our life situation, things that comes in our lives that we have no control over, illnesses, things of that sort. That can be a distraction. Distractions are also things that are totally out of our control. But I'm here to tell you today, if you get in position, as my coach once told me, you can rise above those things because you must know not only who you are, but you have to know whose you are. And you've got to go boldly. You're not in that role today for no purpose. Whatever your role is, you have to hear me and hear me careful. And boldly get in position. It's the process for the progress. You have gone through different things in life so you can understand who you are, so you can achieve those things, so you can go and help other people achieve things in life. So what I'd like for us to do is take a self-reflect. Let's talk about that passion for a moment. What is your passion? And how are you encouraging yourself? Are you educating yourself more? Are you telling yourself every morning when you rise out of that bed, I know who I am? I believe in little sticky notes. I have them all over my office here. I have sticky notes to help me remember not only who I am, understand what my purpose is, and write out in my gratitude book every day, just being grateful for the purpose that I am here on this world today. And are you satisfied with your life? I hope you said yes, but if you're a little leery, come on with me and get in position and understand you were left here. You're still here for a purpose. You may not be that second grade teacher or that first grade teacher of mine, but you're somebody's educator, administrator, something that you're doing, and that's for a reason. And if you know what that reason is, go get your gifts. If you don't know what that reason is, I ask you to stop for a moment. Write out what you're trying to achieve. And then, what makes you happy? I can tell you what makes me happy. Besides my family and my grandson, it makes me happy to literally encourage other women. I live a life of a purpose. After writing my book, and even before that, going out speaking to a number of different women, I live a purpose of being encouraging to others. And every now and then, when I can't figure where my encouragement is coming from, I stop, I take a look, I write in my encouragement book, I look at myself, and I have to be grateful for the blessings and the gifts that I'm allowed to share with others. Encourage yourself. Find out a way to make you feel good about you. And don't you ever forget that you've got to have a purpose. You must be positive. You have to rewire your thoughts. When I'm speaking to people in my life coaching business, I tell them all the time, stop for a moment. Yes, I've gone through abuse. Yes, I've gone through someone trying to take me down. Yes, I've gone through someone putting me in a jar and putting a top on it. But one day, somebody started punching holes in that jar. You know anything about a mason jar? And not only did I breathe, I was able to rise above some things. I want to share with you the 3 R's. You have to rise above the doubt. Rise above the doubt. You tell yourself, I know who I am. I'm here for a purpose. And then when you realize who you are and how you can encourage others, the biggest gift I had all through those 6 years is someone trying to take my life, take my mind, scaring me, talking about killing me, talking about killing my family. I had to realize one great thing. Not only who I was and who I was at that point, I still was working, trying to encourage other women around me. I didn't even know I was encouraging them. Walking around with a black eye, with a patch over my eye, lying to people, telling them I got hit by a door, but I still was telling other people how beautiful they were and trying to encourage them. And then recognize that you can be all you want to be in life. See, when you get in position and you recognize who you are, not only can you rise above, you can go back and forgive people that tried to take you down. You can go back and forgive others that you thought may have been there to cause you issues, and you can go and help other people, but you'll feel good about yourself. Every single person on this phone, you have a purpose. You have a reason. And I don't know who you're touching day by day. I don't know who you're coming in contact with day by day, but recognize you're meeting those individuals for a purpose. I have to go to the grocery store, if I go anywhere to church, I always try to put a smile on my face unless I'm sick and not feeling well. As my kids will tell me, Mom, you'll speak to a tree. I'm going to speak. I'm going to find something positive about that person. And definitely if it's a woman, definitely a woman that looks like me, because I want them to know we all need each other. Then I look at the gap analysis. All through my coaching, what I do with individuals, I ask them these questions. Are you confident? 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. If you're not confident about yourself and your role, okay. You have to learn how to get there, because these are some factors in what you can do. You should look at what should you change immediately. What are some things that you need to change in your life immediately? Some things that are pulling you down, some things that are taking you away from your joy. And then what are some things you need to pull away slowly? Maybe there's some people in your life. Maybe there's some situations in your life that you have to pull away slowly. You can't just grab it and stop it, right? And then the desired state. If you look at this presentation, the desired state, where would you like to be? Write that out. Write out your goals. Write out your vision. Write out the request that you have for you to go and grow. And then get an action plan. I believe in action plans. Action plans help you stay accountable. Action plans help you remember where you want to go. But to live out a purpose and to be positive and to have passion, you have to understand your current state, what's the gap in between your desired state, and what's your action plan. And then I want to talk about real quick here. Let's go for encouragement. Tips to encourage yourself and others. Write out, again, what you're passionate about. Write out what you want to accomplish. Write out your goals, and then let's focus. That's the target right here. The target. Focus, focus, focus. And there are days I can't focus. Let me be honest. There are days I wake up, everything's hurting. Over 50, so everything starts hurting, right? There are days I'm trying to control a situation from work to my entrepreneurship to my family, and I have to rewind my thoughts and say, hold on, wait a minute, that's not my lane. Get back in your swim lane, Tonnia, and swim where you can, because you're getting over somewhere that doesn't even belong to you, and you're about to hit your head. Put a plan in place to remove the distractions, the negative thoughts, and then when you do that, you constantly have to remind yourself. I do it all day, driving, traveling, wherever I am. I meet a lot of people. Sometimes I'm the only one in the entire meeting that looks like me. Sometimes I'm the only female in the meeting. And I have to remind myself, you got a purpose. You got a purpose. I keep saying that to myself. Even when they're talking, I'm saying to myself, focus, focus. You're here for a purpose. That's what we must do to stay in line with where we're trying to go. The confidence map. I love this little slide. I love quotes. You can define yourself. You can find your purpose. And then if you can see this quote, it says, the smile you make when you know you are the prize. When you walk in a room and you know you're the prize. When you walk in a classroom, you walk in an administrative room, when you walk in a room, you have to know who you are. I shared with my daughter, my youngest, as I shared with you earlier, when she had gone out to Texas A&M, the Mays Business School. I asked her when we dropped her off, I said, do you remember? She said, yes. I said, what? She said, I am a child of God, and I'm a cotton. I said, now go let them know who you are. There were days she called crying, Mom, they don't accept me here. The company asked me, am I here on this kind of scholarship for this? And I told them, I'm here for my grades. I said, don't you ever forget who you are. When she went out to Nebraska for a job that wasn't even supposed to be lined up for her, but what's yours is yours. And she was the only little person there. She's probably about 5'4", maybe weigh 120 pounds, looked like she's 12 years old. She was going into corporate America, and she was working a consultant job at Union Pacific. And she called home one day and she said, Mom, I don't understand. I said, don't you forget who you are. And she was able to get promoted. Not only was she able to get promoted, put her in a position where she was bringing in people that looked like she was. And I said, how are you doing it? She said, you told me to remember who I was. And she said, they can't stop me. As long as I know who I belong to and whose I belong to, I know my purpose. She moved back home because my sister was ill, got another job, got a promotion. Probably a week ago, she is now diversity, equity, inclusion person. I said, what are you doing with that? She said, I got to get in position to let them know we're not just a number. We're some people with some great thoughts, some great minds. We're innovative, we're creative, and we can do all things. I said, let me tell you this. If I don't tell you anything, you have made me proud because you have identified your purpose. I say to you today, be proud of who you are, not ashamed. Understand. You know, look, I have to stay with the quote because I get real excited. Be proud of who you are and not ashamed of how someone else sees you. Don't worry about how they see you. Look at how you see yourself. And if you're not pleased with what you see, then you need to outline a new purpose. You are somebody. You are a conqueror. You are a visionary. You are on fire. And you walk in that room like you know it. You are going to know who you are and feel better about yourself when you walk in with a purpose. I share with you today, my name is Tonnia Cotton. My company is Position Yourself. My book is Position Yourself, the process for the progress. I love sharing with people the thoughts of how to go get what you need to get. My motto is we motivate people to bridge the gap between a dream and a reality. We are survivors. I am a survivor because I had to identify my purpose, forgive people who have hurt me along the way, and become what I knew I was placed on this earth to be, an encourager. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Cotton. So uplifting, so energizing, and we thank you so much for sharing. I love the 3 Ds, the rise, the realize, and the recognize, and being confident. You have really uplifted us today. And thank you so much. And it just, everything connects with our theme for this conference. So again, we thank Zeta Beta Chapter for recommending you and presenting the proposal for you to be able to share with all of the women in the Southwest region, as well as our guests that we have here. And you will receive a special token from us via mail.
Thank you. It has been a gift. I'm going to log off and an honor. Thank y'all. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.